Hi students, welcome to online class. So today in this video we are going to discuss about chapter 4 algorithmic strategies. So in this video we are going to discuss about the efficiency of an algorithm through asymptotic notations. See, in the last video we have discussed about the efficiency of an algorithm. The efficiency of an algorithm is based on the space and the time complexity. We already discussed in the last video, and then I told you that whenever we create an algorithm, that algorithm should use only less amount of time, as well as it should take only less amount of storage space. So in that particular case, then that algorithm is called as a best algorithm. So here now we are going to discuss about another technique called asymptotic notations. What is mean by asymptotic notations? See, the asymptotic notations means is to have a measure of efficiency of algorithm. So it is also going to find out the efficiency of an algorithm. It is an idea, it is a technique where we are going to find out how efficient the algorithm is. And then it is not only depends on the machine. This particular notation does not depends on machine or any specific constant or how the algorithms are implemented. See, this is a mathematical tool that is used to represent time complexity and space complexity. See here in your book it is given in the first point. Asymptotic notations are the languages that uses meaningful statements about the time and space complexity. So how this particular asymptotic notation is going to find out the time and space complexity? So that is what we are going to see. There are three notations are there. What are they means? Big O, big omega, and then big theta. There are three specific notations are there, asymptotic notations. What are they means? Big O, big omega, and then big theta. Right. First of all, we can discuss about big O. What is mean by big O? Big O is often used to describe the worst case of an algorithm. So this particular notation, it is used to represent the worst case of an algorithm, how worst the algorithm is. Right? We are going to represent in a mathematical manner. We are not going to represent in a theoretical manner. We are going to represent the data in a mathematical manner. So big O. Then what about big omega? Big omega is used to represent the lower bound. See, there are two bounds are there. One is called lower bound and another one is called upper bound. The upper bound represents the worst case, and then the lower bound represents the best case. See here, the big omega is the reverse of big O. Big omega is the reverse of big O. If big O is used to describe the upper bound, big O is used to describe the upper bound. Upper bound represents the worst case of an algorithm. Whereas big omega is used to describe the lower bound, that is called the best case. Right. The two notations are big O and big omega. Big O represents the upper bound, worst case. Big omega is used to represent the lower bound. It represents the best case. Right. Now we are going to discuss about big theta. What is big theta? Whenever an algorithm has a complexity with lower bound is equal to upper bound. Whenever the lower bound and then upper bound are same, then that particular algorithm says that O of n log n and omega n log n it's actually the complexity theta n log n. See, O n log n represents the big O, that is the lower bound worst case, O n log n, whereas theta n log n that represents the theta n log n that represents the best case. So whenever the lower bound and then the upper bound are equal, then the best case and the worst case falls in the same thing, falls in n log n, then we can call it as theta n log n, because theta represents big theta. This is a third notation, whenever the lower bound is equal to the upper bound. So which means the running time of the algorithm always falls in n log n in the best case and worst case. Sometimes the algorithm may work in best case and then sometimes it may work in worst case. So simply you take a cricket, whenever a bowler used to bowl a ball, the bowler will not bowl all the balls in a best manner. Sometimes one or two balls may be bowled in a worst manner so that the batsman can hit that particular ball to 4 or 6er. So sometimes he may bowl the best case and the worst case. So 2 or 3 balls he may bowl in a best manner, he can took a wicket, and at the same time the balance, the other 3 balls, because in an over 6 balls will be there, if he bowls 3 balls in a best manner, he is taking a wicket, and then the another batsman gets in, he is bowling another 3 ball. In that particular 3 ball, a new batsman can hit 6 or 4 because of his worst bowling. So like that, here there are 3 asymptotic notations are there. First one is big O. Big O represents the worst case, whereas big omega represents the lower bound best case, and then big theta represents the lower bound is equal to the upper bound. So that falls into theta n log n, whereas best case is equal to worst case. Right. How can we find out this efficiency, whether the efficiency of an algorithm is in a best manner or in a worst manner, or whether it is in average manner? Average in the sense best and worst case is equal, then they used to call it as average case. Right. Let us assume a list of n number of values stored in an array. We are storing n values in an array. So in that array, we want to search a particular element in the list. So we are going to find out a particular element in the list. So that particular element is called key element, search key element in the list. The list already contains n elements. We are going to find out only one element. So that one element may be in the n elements. We are going to find out only one element, but the list contains n number of values. So from that n number of values, we are going to find out the one value. So how can we compare? How can we find out? By comparing the key element with each element in the list sequentially. Can you understand, students? So what is the element we want to find out? That particular element is stored in an array. So what we want to do? We want to go by one by one. We want to go through all the values one by one. How can we find out? Already we know the search element. What is the value we want to find out? So using that value, we are comparing each and every value. For example, I want to find out 4. I want to find out 4 in an array. The array contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The array contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements are there. I want to find out the search key element 4. So first of all I want to see the first value. What is the first value? 1. So the search key element is 4. Whether 4 is equal to 1? No. Then what I want to do? I want to go for the next value 2. Whether the search key element and the value, current value is same? No. 4 is not equal to 2. Then I want to go for the next value 3. Whether the 4 and 3 is equal? No. So like that, when I go through all the values, when I reach the value 4, when I find the value 4, when I compare the search value with the current value, if both are equal, then we can say that we find out the value. We find out the search key element. Right. Like that I am going to do. So whenever I used to search like this, which is called the best case, which is called the worst case. See, the best case would be the first element in the list matches with the key element. The first value, first element in the list matches with the key element, then that is called best case. Right? So in that particular thing, the efficiency in that case would be expressed as O of 1. O of 1, because best case means it is represented. Best case means it is represented by best case means it is represented by O of 1. Why we are saying it as O of 1? We find out the search element in the first thing. That is, the search key element is find out in a first manner. So that's what they used to call it as O of 1. Then what about the worst case? Whenever we are going for the worst case, whenever we are searching the element, the search element is found only at the end of the list, or it is not found in the list. It is found only at the end of the list, or it is not found in the entire list. Then that is called worst case. So we can say the expression as the efficiency of an algorithm in that case would be expressed as O of n, because n comparisons are required. Because n comparisons are required to complete the search. If I am finding the search key element at the last, for example, it may be the nth value, it may be the 100th value, or it may be the 10th value, or it may be the 1000 value. So from the 1000 values, I find out the last value as the search key value. Or else I may not find out. For example, I am finding the value 6. What are the values in the array? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are the values in the array? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the 5 values are not equal to the search key element. So element is not found. So in that particular case, the efficiency of an algorithm is represented as O of n. Right. Whenever we go with the average case, what about average case? The average case efficiency of an algorithm can be obtained by finding the average number of comparisons. So by finding out the average, what is the minimum, what is the maximum? So with that I can find out the average. Is it right or not? For example, you are getting some mark in physics, chemistry, or for example you are getting some mark in quarterly physics, 70 mark. You are getting 70 mark in physics in the quarterly exam. Then you are getting 90 mark in half yearly. How can you find out the average? How much mark average? What is the average of physics mark? How can you find out? Just you take the minimum mark, that is quarterly mark, and then you take the maximum mark, half yearly mark. Just add together, then divide by 2. Like that we used to find out. Or else you take a simple midterm mark sheet. Whenever you go for a midterm exam or monthly exam, how much average you are studying, what is the average of your studies, how can you find out? Just to find out all the marks of the subjects, find out the total, and then how many subjects are there. So divide the total by number of subjects. For example, 6 subjects means, so total divided by 6. Is it right or not? So we can find out the average. So like that here, the minimum number of comparisons is 1. The maximum number of comparisons is n. So from this I am going to find out the average. How? See here. Therefore the average number of comparisons is equal to n plus 1 divided by 2. N plus 1 divided by 2. So they used to call it as, hence the average case efficiency will be expressed as 0 of n. 0 of n. Because if the element not found, then what is the maximum number of comparison? N. So they are taking as the average case efficiency. Hence the average case efficiency is will be expressed as 0 O of n. It's not 0, O of n. Right. I think you might have understood these asymptotic notations. So with this I end the class. So thank you, students.